that's why we came here.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't just come here for us, I suppose. Maybe we should welcome them with Bon Jovi.
I'm Chapman.
And I am the captain.
And welcome to a shambolic, ramshackle, interesting ad-lib, improvised sketch for several hours. We have no idea what we're doing whatsoever, but we're going to capture it on film and beam it live anyway.
We are.
I guess that's what we do.
Where is the camera? It's there.
Several cameras.
How many people are watching, Dan?
Currently, there are 750 people watching.
So it's actually a bigger room than you'd think it was.
So I guess we thought what we'd try and do for you guys as a Christmas special was just kind of grab some more gear, pretty much like we normally do for a Chappers and Captain review. We sort of grabbed a mishmash of some stuff that we haven't tried this year that we'd love to have tried, and some stuff that we did try and really, really liked.
Well, we were going to do stuff that we had tried and really liked. And I went, can I just try some new stuff?
So basically, and of course, we're going to get you guys hopefully involved as much as possible to ask about, what is it, the gear that we like, or any other questions you might have had. And I don't know, maybe if you've got any questions about Chappers technique or anything like that you want to ask, now is the time to ask. Please feel free to ogle at our elves as often as you like. That's what we'll be doing.
Yeah, well, ogle, gurn.
So, how should we start?
Visually molest.
Should we start with a tune?
What would you like us to start with? Do you want us to play or do you want us to do... I don't know, we got some sounds, we could do some... Stuff like that. Yeah! Or we could do stuff like this.
No. This is real. This is literally how the videos actually go, and I've come out of my shell.
What happens is
tell us about your gear. Go on.
Okay, all right.
What have we got?
Today, I'm using a Chapman Guitars ML2 by Rob Chapman. That's me. Yeah. And this is currently my favourite go-to axe, which for me is a big deal because I use lots of very expensive guitars, and not even owning a guitar company would stop me from using something else if I thought it was more appropriate on a recording. And we've been doing lots of that, and this is my current mainstay. It's actually a bit of a one-off because although it's a prototype, the factory slightly botched and made it a little bit of a chunkier neckage. But I like that chunk in my hand. I'm used to chunk in my hand. And so it just has something that I like. The actual production ML2s are going to have slightly slimmer necks. It's an upgraded version of, we haven't got a regular one, have we? Got a lefty one.
No, we haven't got any more of the old ones.
No, it's tone pros, woods from trees, ebony, extra jumbo frets. It does that. It's got one of those, so you can coil tap it out. It comes with a nut and Grover tuners. Where are Grover made?
I don't know. Probably, I don't know. In America. Well, they're an American company, but they'll be made in the Far East, I expect, somewhere. So, tell us about the amp that you're using, though, because this was something that we took ages to try and demo.
Could all the elves stroke my amp so that it's ready for being demonstrated?
Every time we tried to do a demo on a 5150, Chappers would turn up and we'd have sold out. So it took us
nearly
a year to actually do a demo of a 5150. But
I always say,
don't touch it. Careful.
Can't get the elves nowadays. Although you can get through them. The thing about the EVH is if you were going to get an amp designed by a dude and you were going to entrust your tone to someone, you'd probably trust Eddie Van Halen, wouldn't you? You probably think he'd do an alright job. And it turns out he does. And it's not just me that thinks so. My mate Keith Merrow thinks it's the best amp he's ever tried. Maybe not the best he's ever tried, but one of the best he's ever tried. And I think it's utterly phenomenal. I actually prefer the 50 watt head.
Yep.
But they've sold out again.
Yep.
So I got the 100 watt head, which is action packed with glass at the back, lots and lots of valves.
15
it's
tubes
7
in it or
million
something.
valves.
I know, it's a lot of tubes.
All at the same time, and 100 watts of pain. And it's got, as you can see, foot switchable channels, an effects loop.
Do it.
Which,
do it.
yeah, and it's got cleans. I'll show you some coil tapped cleans. There's a coil tap clean. There's another coil tap clean. There's a quieter coil tap clean. Dance. Now we set this up fairly quiet because we're recording and it's a nice environment. We don't want to destroy you people at the front row. This poor Maybelline would be tattering like this. What? What, mate? And it wouldn't be fair. So I've put an ML1 barrier between you and the sound waves because it soaks up sound like a sound sponge. That's patented Chapman technology. We haven't talked about it. But that's the clean channel, and then it has a.
Honestly.
One more pick and it's strip time. It has a crunch channel.
Oh, what a shame.
Now we call it a crunch channel because I suppose you can dial it to a crunch, and that's exactly what we've done. But that's how much gain? Is it any
hardly
gain?
any.
It's hardly any gain. It's stupid gain if you want it, and it's not the kind of gain that goes. It's kind of a crunchy, tight, fist in your face gain that I really enjoy. Sylvia, today named Thrillvia, and then channel 3 is the filth channel. And they're all just channels of greatness, really.
Yes.
So I want to take the 50 watt head on tour with me. When I tour, yes, I am touring with my band Dorje.
Are you really touring with the band? Yeah, good.
I've got a band called Dorje. Anyone in Dorje, put your hand up.
Anyone in Dorje?
Oh no, they're all right. Come to the front. Come to the front. If you cheer loud enough, they might come to the front. So we're going to be.
Get on the camera.
Get on the camera. Yeah, just sit. I've got a knee here for you.
Oh yes.
What, I take the whole camera then?
Don't sit on me.
It's like we're on tour already. If only this was moving at the same time, and we're eating nothing but meat.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're all giving a tour. I'm going to be taking the 50 watt head out with me. I'm probably going to buy it. I don't often buy gear, but I'll probably have to buy it. Just being honest. And it's going to have the tone that we need. I might use another head in a head rack, maybe a Rockerverb 50. Actually, Captain will be playing a little bit of stuff on stage with us at one of the shows. Aren't you?
Allegedly, if I can get the chops up.
So what will you be using to play through?
Well, it's funny actually because Chappers has just chosen all the gear that he wants without any sort of prompting from me, and I've kind of chosen all the gear I want. And there's a distinct kind of difference between the two, of about 60 years by the looks of things. Everything I've got is old, apart from the Cornford amp, but the Cornford amp's kind of made to be like an old amplifier. And I suppose, yeah, I mean, this is where, I mean, at the moment I've got this Rory Gallagher kind of signature Strat, which is wrecked beyond belief, but has this amazing feel. This great kind of classic. It's just a three-way switch, so the outer phase sounds, if you like those, you've got to
Sorry,
kind of watch
when he
the
says
things.
three-way, could you all laugh really, really immaturely?
So, I just love all those kind of old vintage kind of clean tones. The drive channel on the amp is It's got some dirt to it, but it's classic rock dirt as opposed to. Is it? I mean,
you can get filth.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a dry pedal here. Oh, hello. I've got a dry pedal. Crikey, that was loud, wasn't it? I'll try and put this in without destroying anybody. So it'll do dirt.
It'll do.
You never wanted this before. Now you need it more than all the leaves are falling vain, covering the marks you made. When you weep, you'll hear my name in the summer rains that wash away the name you carved to the stone that stands strong, stronger than all that you left to give, because we grow tired of the time wasted by man, wasted by all his idle hands.
I've got a couple of other little old delay pedal here just for a fatter kind of sound. I think actually, I must admit, I'm kind of looking forward to playing the Les Paul because that sort of fattens things up. And if you think that all I do is steal guitars that out of my store, this one here, I thought I'd bring this up. Chappers has never seen this one. This is my own one. This is a 54.
Wait, hold on. How many guitars, bearing in mind, Captain Leon's runs Andertons, how many guitars in stock at Andertons? Any given?
About 1,000, I think.
How many guitars do you think Lee has in his personal collection? That man there. 4.
It's probably closer than you might think. Electric guitars I own. I own the White Strat, which is my go-to kind of guitar that you guys see, which incidentally, of course, as you also know, we're trying to make a kind of a Chapman sort of version of.
We've made one.
Well, yeah, we have.
I own it.
So we've got that, which is my, I guess it's the guitar I go to. You guys must know as guitar players, there's a certain something, because that wasn't an expensive guitar and I've smashed it up and had it refinished, and it's basically a parts guitar, although they're all Fender parts, they were from different guitars originally. So I don't feel bad about that getting wrecked, and so I play it all the time, and that might be why it's my go-to guitar. But
Everyone's guessing 6 online.
6?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Thank you, Dan Sloman.
So we've got that one, we've got the 54 Strat here, I've got another American Standard Strat, I've got a 335 and a thin line Telecaster. How many's that?
That's a number. You had an ML2, but you threw it out the window.
Oh yeah. Well, I think, is that 5? Is that 5? If it's 5 and if you add the Cap 10, which I guess is kind of mine, then it's 6.
I think that's crazy. If I was you, because sometimes we'll demo a guitar, like any Les Paul you ever demo, and he's like, oh, I should get
I know. That's
good.
the saddest thing. The difference is though, when you make a living out of selling guitars, I see this guitar, and this is my current favourite, which is the. Oh, no, it's not my current favourite. The current favourite.
Oh, that one's shite.
No. My current favourite is the collector's choice, but the collector's choice we've got in stock doesn't have a very nice flame on it, so I thought I'd bring something else out more visually stimulating. And I play these, and I fall in love with them every time. But every time I think about taking one home, I can't help but feel that. I'll struggle to feed my family because we should have just sold it.
You're depriving one of the lovely people here from being able to.
But one day I'll take a Les Paul home as well because they are just super sweet. So.
Yeah. So that's exciting. We've got a lot of stuff to demo. We've got some two-ish into two-ish.
And we've got some tunes that, well, not tunes, they're
We're
tunes that you've heard us
some
jam.
Shite.
By
By the way, shite is the word I've decided is acceptable to talk, because it's not shit, it's shite.
There are several words that are unacceptable, and we do not have the benefit of a mooing noise to sort of beat them out live.
Well, you wouldn't want to say
it.
wouldn't.
I'll just move randomly and one of them will hit.
You wouldn't want to say this.
Scheiße!
No, that would be bad.
Don't say that.
No. But we couldn't say.
Don't say that.
Or,
What, is there really anybody really young that I'll feel? Well, of course they could be watching, couldn't they? Better not do that, Ernie. Okay, right.
dudes online, tell us how old you are.
Non-G Savile.
I missed that. What happened?
He he said.
Can everybody online tell us how old they are?
All the boys
I
online.
think that's perfect. Nothing wrong with that. It's good to know your market. You know, we have a market. For the benefit of those online, we have a massive rammed room. We probably couldn't get any 1, 2, 3, 4 more in here, but it would be uncomfortable. But yeah, you should be here. Is it fun so far?
Be here.
Yeah.
Let's play something. Let's play something, and then we'll have some Q&A.
Why don't we do the first one on the set list? We wrote a set list.
Okay.
Can you believe that?
Look at this. That was
Yeah,
the
you
set
can.
list. The names of the songs are for Rob, and the chords are for me.
Bye.
I think you should count us in. No, actually, don't count us in. That'd be shit. That might be a big mistake. Let's go.
This is such a good guitar. I love this guitar. Thank you, Rory, wherever you are now. So, Should we do some questions?
Yes.
Has anyone got any questions? You have to shout out, or Dan will just read the ones off the interweb. So, who's going
Is
first?
that the one with the email?
Huh?
That's the one with the email, isn't it? Interweb.
Interweb. Tinterweb?
Tinterweb.
Tinterweb? Oh, thank you very much.
Don't go Northern. My entire band are Northern.
Are they?
And my entire crew are Northern. It's a Northern bus.
It's a Northern bus, a fun bus. So no questions in the room. Have we got any questions on the interweb? No questions. I'll ask you.
There's a question there.
Captain, since you started doing the videos with Rob, you found yourself picking up the guitar more because you've been kind of, I don't know, forced to play to the internet.
Guitar, fork.
I wouldn't. Do you know what? It's my whole life, probably from the age of about 18 and onwards, has been about playing the guitar for fun. I left school, started working at Andertons, joined a band. We were probably gigging 3 or 4 times a week, had original stuff, all that kind of stuff, but it never really went anywhere. And then an opportunity to work at Andertons, and you guys know it's my family's business, so it was an opportunity that I didn't really want to pass up, came along. So I've just played for fun, and I definitely was in a rut. You know, it's not actually a lot of fun just playing on your own. You know, it is much more fun when you've got someone to bounce off. And
well, that could sound a little bit erotically charged in some strange.
You know,
to some people, not necessarily us.
So, you know, when I'm bouncing off Rob with my 3-way and playing at the big it's no, so it definitely when I first met Rob, and a lot of people will, you know, have commented in the videos that, you know, my playing is better now than it was at the start of the videos, which is great. And I must admit, I think I'm lucky really, because most of my improvement has just come through a revitalised enjoyment in playing the guitar and getting to jam with Rob for a couple of days every month, rather than kind of going home and thinking, gotta play. Because I'm rubbish. If I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, it's why I don't understand any scales or modes or anything.
You do though, you do.
I don't.
He does. He knows if you go, it sounds amazing.
I know that.
What more do you need to know? And you know the major scale, if you take it back a tone, you get Dorian.
Yeah, but even that you showed me about a month ago, and it was boring, so I've forgotten it.
I'll tell you, the one thing that sticks in Captain's mind is if you go, I've got this new blues lick, it goes, alright, and have it nailed the next day, that'll be it.
So, and so I'm happy, you know, I'm happy where I am at the moment, and I actually do feel that, you know, when I'm in a situation, and I know from a licks point of view, you know, I can't do anything that Rob, you know, isn't going to do 5 times faster and better. So it makes me feel like I've got to get something out of every note. I've got to play with a vibrato, or I've got to play in a pattern or with a feel that makes the guitar sound good. Otherwise, you know, there's no point me sort of going, come on then, Rob, let's see what we can do, because I'm just going to get wasted every single time.
I think the thing is that there's a truth that people are born with a certain degree of natural ability, and it depends on what you do with that, whether you nurture it by working really hard, or whether you just use a little bit of it and go, I'm actually really good naturally. And Lee is one of those people that didn't work very hard, was very naturally gifted, and then found his niche.
Yeah.
And your niche was
the
Bon
blues.
Jovi,
Oh, the blues.
Yeah.
So I like to, you know, I mean, I don't know if that helps answering your question, but yeah, so I'm a lazy hobby guitar player
with incredible natural ability.
That I think probably makes the most of what he's got. I think is probably, is that an innuendo as well? I don't know.
It is now. I think you should go.
It's but so yeah. I mean, what about you? Where did the question come from again? How do you inspire yourself to learn to play new stuff?
I don't know. I mean, went to see Rob a few months ago and kind of go through why I got to a point and kind of wasn't moving forward, because I have never played live with anybody, and it's kind of getting to that point where I think I need to find someone to play with to just make me pick up the guitar more, so that I've got that. As you said, someone to bounce off.
I have a good tip, and this has always been the case for me in every band I've ever been in and situation I've been in. Always be the crap guitar player in the band, because then there's no pressure and you learn loads.
That's what I'm doing. That's what in Georgia with beer. You know, that's the thing, man.
So join a band where the other guy's better, and then it's good.
Well, they're all better.
Yeah.
And all drummers.
So, was there any other questions from the room?
The internet wants to know how it feels to look like Sheldon from the
I don't even know who Sheldon is, so if I look like him, I'm sorry, Sheldon, whoever you
Just
are.
go.
I don't even know who he is.
Yes, Captain, he doesn't indulge in normal human interface, do you? You sell guitars, go home, play Skyrim.
I don't at all, no. I go home, I watch crap reality TV and football. And if Sheldon doesn't play football or hasn't been in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, I have no idea who he is. So.
You had a question?
Yes, this is for you, Rob. After playing guitar for like so many years, like now, what do you find that inspires you to just pick up and play?
Writing new tunes all day long. Love writing new tunes. I never really focused on learning covers, because I thought that if I learnt lots of covers, it would take up that part of my mind and I wouldn't be creating new music. And the whole point of learning guitar is to get chicks. No, it's to get loads of guitars. It's to write music, because if you write music, you get a band, you go out and play. Nothing feels better than getting on a stage with a set you've rehearsed and just ripping the audience a new ass. It just feels great.
I have to say as well, Rob is incredibly musical. You know, it's quite interesting when we're jamming around, and it's not, you know, I know loads of guitar players who are technically very, very gifted, but it's Rob's very gifted, but it's a different, it's, you know, the ability to be able to, I don't know, unjumble some chords and sounds and words in your head and make a track, and, you know, some of the stuff that, you know, not just the new Dorje stuff, but the old, you know, Chapman band stuff. It was really cool, and it is. I don't know how I don't know. Can you learn that?
Yeah, I'm going to teach you a little bit of how I do it. You can, with my method. We're just 99, 95, 93. No, there are lots of methods of focusing on things to help the writing come to the surface, because the main problem guitar players have is all of these amazing things to look at, and all these frets and all these strings and these wires, and if you look at all of it, you get overwhelmed, and you end up going, oh, I'll try and use all of the scales, all the modes, all the licks I've got, all of the chords, and you write nothing, because you're like, overload. Whereas if you just go, I'll just use one string, and I'll use 3 frets, and see what I can get out of my 3 frets and 1 string. We'll cover that a bit more when we do the tuition part of this fiasco.
I wrote one song in my whole life when I was about 16, and my first girlfriend dumped me. And it was called "Hole in My Heart" or something like that. And I think it's literally, it's rubbish.
Did it go?
Pretty much like D to C to G or something. All I remember was there was one chord in it that went from like a C up to a D. There was a nice bit in the middle that did that. No, C. That's a D. A C. Oh, that's extreme.
I was doing wholehearted. Is the cheap.
Of
Hannah Alf got the gag.
Yeah.
You dropped the gag.
Sorry, I didn't even know that was a
We
gag.
throw several.
I'm still broken-hearted.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Gagging.
But then he married a stunner.
Yeah, that's true. Because I play guitar. Always punch above your weight if you're a guitar player.
That's right, you did.
Always.
Yeah. Because, you know, in the real world you could be a 6, but when you're playing guitar you could be an 8. That's what it comes
Ain't
down
that
to.
the truth?
That's the truth. So, we've got lots of stuff to demo, like we said. We had a little look at the EVH. There's not a lot more really to say other than it's just ridiculously great with 3 channels and all the sort of...
You know what we do have to do, and apologies for the audience here, but we have a commitment every 30 minutes or so to actually have an ad break. So this is so that you guys can go to the toilet and we can make lots of money from the advertising.
Have we been here 30 minutes already?
Yeah, we've been here 30 minutes. So do we want to do an ad break?
You've got a 45-second shred before your ad break.
Okay, shred.
Do it. Well, you
Dance
shred.
off,
I can
dance off.
shred.
I'll tell you what then, Hannah Ralph, could you...
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a good one.
I can't walk.
You can.
Okay.
Ad break!